Everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I am going to start off with drinking some water. That's important. And I'm going to color correct my under eyes. I'm using this NARS matte concealer. It's like the one in the jar and I love it, and it's replaced my Benefit erase paste. That one seems to be more pinkish, when this one I purposely purchased it in a peachy tone so that I can color correct my under eyes and have like a soft base. But it is creamy, but you have to be careful with it. You do have to set your under eyes if you're going to use this concealer, and you don't want to pack on too much concealer. But for me, I do that, but I make sure I blend it out really well. So I try to go in the areas that I do have some acne scars that are prominent and very pigmented to where I have to cover them. So I'm going to use the Oldie But Goodie foundation stick by ABH, and this is their stick foundation. It is a little dark for me because I haven't gotten a tan yet, a natural tan, so I do have to use like a light coverage, like not coverage but like a light shade. This is the Cover FX one, and I do have to go with my skin tone that I have right now, which is my natural skin tone. So I am going to use a foundation brush. I don't use a beauty blender, no sponge. I use a foundation brush, and I've been going towards the foundation brush lately. I've been loving it, especially this brush from BH Cosmetics. And I just go in with this brush first, because with thick like creams you do have to go in with a brush. With a sponge you're gonna get like a light to medium coverage, so that's not something that I want if I want to have like that, you know, quote unquote full coverage. So this foundation is medium coverage. I don't mind it, but you can make it look like it's full coverage, you know what I mean, with this brush. The only time that I go in with a sponge is to blend out any streaks on my face and make sure that it's well blended and everything is meshed together. Like right now, what you see, I go in with sponge. It's nothing, you know, serious. I don't have to wet it, nothing. I just want to blend it out and make it all nice and even. So certain parts of my face I go in with the stick foundation again, because I didn't have enough coverage in that area, so I go in with the sponge to kind of pack it in there so that the brush doesn't move the first layer of the foundation. I'm going in with the Cover FX drops. Like, these are the highlighter ones, so don't get confused with the packaging. And with these kind of creamy liquidy highlighters, they're great for the summertime, because if you don't want to go in with a powder highlighter, then you can go in with this one. I like using these and I've been liking them lately, like this one from Cover FX and the City Color Cosmetics ones. They're really great, especially if you want that, you know, natural glow that people want, but without having to put on too much. So now I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape concealer. This is like the medium skin like tone of the shade. I don't want to go in with too much of the light one because it's very potent. So I go in with this one, and then I go in with a different concealer. I used another concealer from a different brand, so that way I can kind of highlight my under eyes without doing too much. So now I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution concealer. I don't personally like this. Like, I'm not a big fan as some people are about it. Like, people love this, some people, but me personally, I'm not a big fan. I don't see a difference. You know, it doesn't give me the full coverage that Tarte does. So this one is like, okay, let me get a little bit more coverage. So, but I want to highlight my under eyes without having to put too much. So I use this one from Makeup Revolution, and I'm just using it up so that way it's not just sitting in my makeup collection. So I'm just using up whatever I can, and I'm not gonna repurchase it, honestly. So this is just for me to use it, but use whatever concealer that you love. I'm just telling you guys the truth. You know, I stick to the Tarte concealer and MAC Pro Longwear. So I am going to blend everything out with a sponge, make everything blend together, and then I'm going to set my under eyes with this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light. And this powder, it's not very powdery. This is like a light powder, but I do set it, like I said in the beginning, set the under eyes. And I'm sad because I finished my Laura Mercier translucent powder, so it's gonna be in my next favorite, so you'll see that. So I make sure I set like the T-zone area, because that's where I get oily the most. Not super oily, but it is there, you know what I mean? So I don't use too much powder because I want that dewy look. So I just, you know, set a very light coverage around the face, and I'm going to just contour my face and just kind of give me some of that color back onto my skin and look like I just, you know, I came back from the beach or something. So with this contour kit from ABH, it's perfect for that. And they have different shades if you want to go for like that contour shade, but I want to just bronze up my face. And then to contour, I'm going to use a shade right over just to focus right there. So yeah, like I want to have that chisel look. You don't have to do this, you can skip this step. Everybody has their own preference when it comes to their makeup. You know, this is just my foundation routine, and I want to show you guys how I do it in the summertime if I want to just, you know, go out and look good and present myself really nicely. But yeah, so I'm not gonna do any eye makeup for this tutorial, so I just set it with translucent powder. Normally I go out like this, and I kind of like it. You know, I don't have to take extra time to do any eyeshadow. So now I'm going in with this blush from Kalon Cosmetics. It's very pigmented, and I really love their blushes, and I'm gonna be using this so much in the fall time. And I go in with a NYX contour shade. Well, it's a blush shade. It's taupe, so I use that for my nose area. So now for highlighter, even though I just said you don't have to use powder, I like to go that extra step. So I'm using the Estée Lauder Heat Wave highlighter. I love this highlighter. This is like perfect for the summertime, and I really love it. So I'm going to apply some mascara, and this is the Lorac, no, not really. This is a City Color Cosmetics mascara, and this gives me like the illusion of like extensions on my lashes. And for the lips, I'm going in with something light, nothing serious. I'm going in with a lipstick tube. This is the one by Kalon Cosmetics, and I really like this shade. It's so pigmented, but it's super matte, so I did have to go in with a gloss just to kind of give me some moisture back onto my lips. And I do clean up a little bit on the side so that it looks perfect for me, you know. So you don't have to do this, you can do it like however you want. This is my summertime foundation routine. Thank you so much guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and comment down below, and let me know what products you use for the summertime. I'll see you guys in my next one.